So this is a time for the meditation. So you are invited to sitting a comfortable position, sitting upright, and making a conscious decision to continue practicing for at least for half an hour. So meditation, although sounds simple, we all know that it's very hard to practice, and there is always find excuses not to practice by having a thought that I have other items to do, other subject, other matters to deal with. So it takes a lot of dedication and a determination, enthusiasm, most importantly, it needs a lot of faith and a confidence in the practice, that once you have practice, then there is a benefit of it. And obviously we do not see the benefit instantly as we practice 1 or 2 sessions. Some days your meditation may be very good, other days may not be. And we have such a human nature, human mind, that when we have good meditation, we tend to grasp and floating along with that such a wonderful experience. And other time when your meditation is not good, then again torturing yourself or arguing with your own mind, disturbing yourself, and trying to find what caused not to be able to meditate. So practice of a meditation is to understand these 2 different mindsets or mental states, and having no engagement, holding on to it at all. And that sometimes put people off from meditation, because most of us have this mindset that after having done something, I should get something out of it. Like when you go to learn to play an instrument, a musical instrument, at least after you have spent an hour of learning from your teacher, you know some of the tunes or how to put your fingers and how these sounds produces from those instruments. There is a satisfaction. Similarly, when you go for a walk, again you feel tiredness and you feel some muscles being exercised, thirstiness, and these are some of the results that you can experience after you have done that. The practice of a meditation is sitting still, which sometimes people find very difficult to do it. And if you try to stay still without doing anything but simply aware of your own mental states, then you will be able to experience such a beautiful and scary, terribly disturbed mind that always looking something to do. The mind always looking something to take place, something to be done. So whenever there is a state or moment that you have nothing to do, mind finds very weird. So that's why whenever you meditate, now this is not a normal term that you're going to sit and comfortably doing nothing. It's a very unusual state for the mind, and that confuses. And that is the reason why a mind will discourage you to meditate, and that is known as a hindrances. Okay? First hindrance called essential pleasure, that mind always trying to find, to entertain, to engage, and not allowing you to see the benefit of sitting still, watching your mindset, mental activities. So we have to overcome that by having a faith and confidence in the practice that we are doing. The very moment when you have this confidence in the practice, and you have a faith that when you are practicing, it has got the result of it, the first hindrance that hinder our practice will gradually diminish and able to eliminate eventually. And that's the moment we be able to be mindful of the primary object so clearly, like an open-eyed watching an object, an ability to comprehend it so clearly, like you are watching your own standing or a sitting posture on the mirror. And which brings the peace, which brings the joy and happiness, which brings the calmness of the mind. And this calmness of the mind, this happiness, is not conditioned by external entities or objects, but it's an inner happiness that you gain from your own mental state, ability to understand your mental state. So we have to develop this confidence and faith in the practice. And in order to develop this faith and a confidence in the practice, we have to have a right understanding that yes, this practice is beneficial. Yes, this practice giving us calmness of the mind, allowing and teaching us to accept the difficult situations like that, which brings the right thought. And that's how the confidence develops. And once confidence developed, and once you have seen the benefit of the practice, then gradually rest of other benefit will come. Gradually rest of other benefits you will be able to experience. But having said that, again, it's a very tricky one here in the practice of a meditation, that you should not expect anything. After, let's say, after half an hour of a practice, I should be, very special, or very energetic, or very deep, something like that. So do not expect anything at all. All what you expect is to be mindful in the present moment, what's going on. whether it is in your body or whether it is in your mind. Being mindful of that. And in order to do that, mind always need somewhere to be mindful of. That's why the body contemplation is such a wonderful way to develop. So first of all, sitting in a relaxed position, upright position, and just scanning the entire body. If you're skilled enough, then it's just a couple of breaths, you will be experiencing the entire body and relax and come back and aware and sitting and settling down with your primary object and working with that. Or others, if you are just joined in and finding difficult to meditate, you may go very slowly and going into deeper and deeper, observing this bodily contemplation. You're scanning the entire body. And gradually finding the primary object where you can settle your mind down and become a foundation to keep the mind anchored. So it is not what it is there. It is how we observe the present moment here and now. So continue practicing in this way. So settling down, grounding yourself on the primary object, or spending some time scanning the entire body and finding the primary object and settling down, grounding yourself, and opening your senses to welcome any other activities that is going through. And be mindful of that. So continue practicing until you hear the gong. Now we'll practice the loving kindness meditation, so relax yourself. Bring your attention to be mindful of the body, aware of sensations. And to your hands, aware of sensations in your hands, and to your body, and to your heart. Feel the beating heart, and sharing loving kindness and compassion to yourself. Aham Sukhito Homi. May I abide in well-being. Nidukho Homi. In freedom from affliction. Avero Homi. In freedom from hostility. Abhaya Pacho Homi. In freedom from ill will. Aniko Homi. In freedom from anxiety. Sukhiyatanang Pariharami. And may I maintain well-being in myself. Similarly, sharing loving kindness and compassion to all other sentient beings, starting from near dear one, and whatever beings there are, visible and invisible beings. You may start off acknowledging around you, in your house or around your community, and extending to the city, to the country, and to the earth and the entire universe. Whatever beings there are, may everyone abide in well-being. May everyone in freedom and hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety. May they be able to maintain their well-being and happiness. May all beings be released from suffering. May they be liberated. So as you hear the gong slowly coming out from meditation, and reflect for a few moments. Let's pay respect to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha.